What's up, everybody? Better late than never. It's Keefy with another GhostColdMan.com weekly ritual, your weekly one-stop shop for rock and metal news and all the things. Already got a bunch of people joining in on Facebook, TikTok, and Twitch. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you all. It's another week. It is March. It has been wild and woolly with rock and metal news. A lot of new stuff announced. Ton of tours and festivals announced this week. I got a fun thing to unbox behind me. Blah, blah, blah. Let me bust open my Liquid Death. This is Bury It Alive, still with the no stevia. Trying to get all the agave flavor I can until I can't any longer. But thanks for being here. Cheers. Happy Friday almost. Everywhere else here in the world. And good to be here. Let us dispense with the pleasantries and get right into the show. I was criticized recently that I have been BSing too much and not doing enough of the show itself. So I'm going to try to help that out and try to move it along. That's all I can do. Feel free to drop a comment, chime in. This is your show as well as this my show. I appreciate you all. Just a crazy week. I started going to a few more shows. So Deftones this week. It was nuts. Got a lot to talk about with them. And also saw Decapitated last week. We got reviews running this week on Cavalera, Decapitated, hopefully Deftones Monday. We ran a review of Eivor and Sylvain this week, as well as Unleash the Archers in the UK. Shout out to Bill Mounsley. Lots of stuff going on. Here's the announcements. Let us rock and roll. Just a reminder, here's our tip menu if you want to show us some love. See, I usually have the live stream tip menu ready. Looks like I missed somebody for the roll call of the departed there, DJ Funk. I forgot about that one. We'll talk about that in a second. But if you feel like blessing us with some dough, we appreciate it. Feel free. This is kind of what we do and how we do it. We'll answer your questions still for free. Some general support, you can tip us $3. $6 to buy us a coffee because the cost of living. We will rate your song. You'd have to come on Instagram, Twitch, or Facebook or YouTube for us to do that. Sorry, TikTok, but if you got songs on TikTok, feel free to follow us and then join us over there. And then also here's where you can tip us. We take Cash App, we take Ko-fi. You can buy us a coffee on Ko-fi. We have a PayPal link here. I'll remind you all later in the show about these things. But thanks again. We're here doing the thing. Here's our Cash App code if you want to just freeze on the screen and screen cap it or screen grab it. Steve on the Beat is here. Little Eddie's show is here. Curtis Snap is here. 145's Cats 1 is here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you all. Back to the solo me. Nope. Let's put it back in the deck. There it is. All right. And just a reminder, I started hosting a karaoke every Sunday here in San Francisco at the Willows, 7 to whenever, but usually 7 to 10 or 11. Sing all kinds of fun songs. I'm clearly doing a lot of metal because I'm pretty metal, but also you could catch me singing George Michael. You could hear me sing Joy Division. You could hear me sing all the things. And everybody's welcome. Willows has been fantastic to work with so far. My co-host Aaron is back this week. I'm super stoked for that. Just a reminder, today, as we record this on almost Friday, Friday is Bandcamp Friday. So Bandcamp waives their customary fees and all the revenue goes to the artist. This has been wildly successful, originally done as a pandemic era bonus for bands and independent artists. And they've continued the practice even though they've sold the brand and done a bunch of other things. So feel free to post your Bandcamp links. We will share the Bandcamp Friday announcement as soon as it's live. You can always check out isitbandcampfriday.com by Bandcamp, where they tell you when it is next. I believe we have tomorrow, April, May, June, off for July and August, and then perhaps the rest of the year. We will find out. Hey, Dillinger Compound has arrived. Once again, thank you, pal. I will now reminder that we are from GhostColdMan.com. Go check out our website every day. We are somehow a 24/7 news source of music media coverage. I don't know what else to say, but Dillinger, we'll put the comments up now. You want to drop some comments? in everywhere but TikTok again. Sorry. Eventually, our friends at StreamYard will get TikTok working. How are you doing, Joe? What's up with you? How's your week of music going? What are you listening to? What are you jamming on? Just a reminder, today is the last day. Friday is also the last day. You can win a merch bundle from Ghost Cult and Pathogenic and their label Skepsis Records, as well as Clawhammer PR. We all teamed up to give away this limited edition Pathogenic vinyl and shirt bundle. Super killer. They're on tour now. I'll remind you the tour dates later in the show. But here's the thing. Dillinger Aftershock. I know we're going to talk about Aftershock. I'm pumped. I might have to go back. I haven't gone for a couple of years. As a car alarm goes off in the middle of my show. Fantastic. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. Also, let's see what else is popping. That's the Pathogenic bundle. I made this image. I think it's fun. Oh, man, so many losses in the world this week, but here's a handful. Again, I forgot DJ Funk. Sorry, Michael. Jess is also here. J.D. Scott is here. Dr. Music Promotions is here. Home of one of my favorite artists, Peter Wilson of 4 Trips Ahead. Man, that's gutted me a little bit. Aaron Rossi, formerly of Prong and Ministry and Shelter, died of a sudden heart attack. Actually, apparently happened in late January, but they didn't announce it. It's been kind of under wraps. But, Aaron was always a nice guy, a beast of a player. And one of his nicknames was the Beast. He was a huge, just a killer drummer. You have to be kind of an upper echelon drummer to play with Ministry and their whole history of stuff. And he was always nice to us. Like, he was very, friendly with Omar, my partner here at Ghost Cult, Omar Cordy, and who's a drummer himself and a drum tech, and super nice to me. And I think I have an Aaron Rossi drumstick here somewhere also, so I've got to go check. But this one was a tough one, very surprising. 44, way too young. And he's behind a 10-year-old son. If there's any kind of GoFundMe or anything, we will share it in the coming days. Cade the Frying is here. Papa Smalls is here. I owe you a message back, Papa Smalls. Honestly, he's probably going to be over the weekend, but I hope you're well, pal. And keep those TikTok pressed clips coming, my buddy. This one also made me horribly sad. Brian James of The Damned died at 70 after an illness. He was the original founding guitarist of The Damned, wrote the essential first 2 Damned records, including the debut Damned. He also was the guitarist in Lords of the New Church. I didn't bring this up earlier with my bestie Curtis, but Lords of the New Church was the favorite band of our teenage friend, the late, great Roar Lynn Darden. And she made us fans. She was like, oh, you have to listen to this band. It has the Damned guitarist. And I was like, okay, word, let's do it. And just an essential band of my teenagehood. And Brian was fantastic and continued to work in music across 5 or 6 decades. Controversial comment. Rossi was a better fit for Prong than Cruz. Well, Cruz is now in Lamb of God, so I hear what you're saying. Vintage Toast has also been here. Thanks. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think Rossi was a little more natural for Prong. He's a little more of a physical, hardcore drummer. And Art is fantastic. He's killer. He's technical. He's kind of like a foot in the past and a foot in the future kind of drummer. But yeah. Anyway, rip Brian James. And also, this was a tough one. This came up late in the day, and I kind of was already offline a little bit for this one. But I was like, this is. It never get easier. This is the In Vain singer, Sindre Nedland. In Vain is a progressive black metal band, and they've been around a long time, and he died after a short bout with cancer, which is, again, super young, 40, way young, and unfortunate, just unfortunate. And then Angie Stone died last weekend. Angie Stone is an incredible R&B singer. She was actually part of the very first hit-making girl rap group back in the 80s and had the first rap top 10 single ever. And then, she launched a neo-soul career in the 90s and 2000s. She duetted with Angelo, who's also her baby daddy. And it's just an incredible, classy, wonderful singer. Brought a great flavor and vibe in these terrible and fake times of the turn of the century of this, very shitty auto-tune crap music, and she was just a gem in the rough. And what a terrible tragedy. She performed a show in Alabama, I'm going to say on Friday night, and Saturday morning driving home, she died in a car wreck. Just terrible. And, our sympathies go out to her family and her friends and her fans, like everybody that's passed on in these announcements. And also, man, Roy Ayers. There's maybe 4 or 5 iconic jazz vibraphonists, and Roy Ayers passed away this week at 80. But Roy also kind of launched several subgenres. He kind of launched neo soul as a genre himself. He also kind of was a player on sort of jazz fusion R&B stuff. He played on hits. He played in the studio. He had his own records that were incredible. He did duets. Incredible artist, man. What a just a terrible shame. It's always sad when a sort of a person who was a booster to the music business, helps the genre forward, and I'm always here for it. Anywho, let's see, moving right along. And this one, again, we talked about this briefly last week. This is Tame Downey and his fiance. And he was performing, Tim Downey of Faster Pussycat was performing on the 80s cruise. And I used to work in cruising. And I wanted to there's kind of some additional details on this story. I hate to go to TMZ, but it's kind of a shame when TMZ is now the source of all the things that are actually verifiable and good. I was like, oh, this is fucking unfortunate. And, I know there's some new details on this. I wanted to try to come prepared. I didn't. All right. And TMZ sucks as a website. Good to know. All right. Anyway, his fiance fell overboard. There apparently had been some fighting. She wasn't a drinker. Apparently, she wasn't. There was no drama. She wasn't a person that had depression or dismay. So, they're looking into that. But if you didn't see a body go over on a cruise ship and the ship is going, and somebody goes overboard and it's not witnessed, there's probably no hope anyway of finding the body. Just from my experience, a lot of people die on cruise ships and you never hear about it, which is terrible and true. But at the same time, doesn't mean because she went overboard and he had something to do with it. People are going so mean and shitty on the internet. I wish they weren't. But anyway. Let's see what else is going on in the world. And again, we're still trying to raise awareness and support our friend Lisa Mann. Lisa Mann is a great blues artist, but also a heavy metal singer for her own band, White Crone, and also another heavy metal band, Splintered Throne in the Pacific Northwest. She had a terrible leg injury, had a very arduous rehab. She's back home doing home rehab now, but she's not going to be able to work. She's a working musician, not going to be able to work for a long time. So if you can check out her music, stream her music, buy something from her merch shop of any of her projects that might tickle your fancy, that would mean a lot to me. We've interviewed her before. She's great. She's got a great Dio cover and a bunch of other things. She's fantastic and a good friend. And also, this show and every show is still dedicated to Sonia Shredder, Sonia Ramos, the guitar luthier from Florida who's battling late-stage cancer. We're still trying to raise money for her care. I haven't really heard much from her in a while, but we're hopeful. There was some stories a few months ago that popped up where they were trying to sell her car and some of her guitars. So I am hopeful that they were able to help the cause. And we have hopefully spread the word enough and helped the cause as well. And once again, just as we like fun things, we are trying to get our favorite metal-loving dog in San Francisco, Django, sainthood from the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, because why the fuck not? The world is terrible. Here's Django with Necro Butcher of Mayhem. They were on their way to kill Euronymous. Django's wearing his battle vest right now. And you can sign up at change.org. I know sometimes they ask for money, but we're not asking for money, just signatures. So there's a link in our description if you want. I think actually the total of signatures now is up to 350, 360. So any little bit helps for our little buddy. You've seen a lot of pictures of me holding that dog. Once again, my new band is Angst. The prior version of that band from 20 years ago, featuring our drummer Abe, is Angst 642. They got a new single out right now on Fine Chamois Records, Judging the Jury. It is killer. By the way, Dillinger Compound, you would absolutely dig Angst 642. It is right up your alley. It sounds like Botch. It sounds like Car Bomb. It sounds like early Dillinger. Brutal and gnarly and noisy. You will love it. Go check it out. And also coming soon from Fine Chamois Records, the new album from Los Angeles Black and Death Metal Titans, Whipworm. and their new single is coming soon. And I've heard most of the record already. I heard the raw mixes, and they were unreal, brutal and smart and great making music. So find Shammy Records. There's also a EP coming out soon from Section 8, which is another project of Abe's. So we're just very excited about this stuff to get that ball rolling. And also my band, we missed a rehearsal. I think we might be trying to make the next few weeks. All right, you check it out, buddy. You don't have to leave the show. You can always check it out later. I'll DM you a link if you want, man. You can pre-order it at findshammy.com/store. You can check it out. It's on Ampwall and Bandcamp right now. And Whipworm pre-orders are coming there. You can pre-save it with that QR code on the show, and you can also check it out soon for streaming. Check it out. All right, my band, we're rolling along. All right, time for the features. That was faster than last week. I'm trying my best, everybody. Please hang with me. AG is here. What up? We interviewed Lacuna Coil, and of all things, as usual, once in a while, once in a blue moon, when bigger websites than Ghost Cult pick up our interviews, like my interview with Andrea Ferro of Lacuna Coil, their new album, Sleepless Empire, which came out less than a month ago. Of course, they focus on like the littlest question I asked him, because Lacuna Coil is a band that's been around a long time. There's so many interesting things we talked about the history of the band and the record. I have a great rapport with them. We've interviewed them a few times. They focused on the AI question I asked them, like AI doesn't have a place, kind of in album artwork. I know that budgets are tight around the record industry world and other things, and I asked his opinion because Lacuna Coil had a very specific graphic arts vision for this album, for their photography, for their music videos. Every single had a unique artwork. The vinyl is a deluxe layout of the artwork, and they paid an artist to do all these things. So I think it's interesting. And to me, it was kind of a throwaway question that I piggybacked on something else on that topic. And then that's what, shout out to Blabbermouth for picking up our interview. Shout out to Metal Sucks, who also shared it, because, whatever, controversy clicks. But it's a really good interview. Check it out. It would mean a lot to me. It's a killer band. They've been around a long time. And I hadn't seen them in 5 years in person, and it was a great chat. We have some more interviews coming in the coming weeks. But also, in the meantime, just a reminder, we have our brand new interview with Killswitch Engage out right now with Joel. New album, This Consequence, out now. Also, a new recent interview with Gabe of AntiMozdeBeast. He has put out yet another record this week. This guy is prolific as hell. I got to get some content up about that, but he's got another new record on top of the 2 records, including this kind of rave album that I really love, the rave record that's out now. So a lot of good stuff going on with Gabe. And then again, the show will be a podcast. Ghost Cult has a podcast. It's got exclusive stuff. It's got some of this content. And you can check it out wherever you listen to podcasts, the Ghost Cult Magazine podcast. And because I don't have enough to do, I'm also the co-host of the Glacially Musical Podcast, beer metal, swearing, vinyl, all the things. We had a Chaser episode this week, running right now, actually, or very soon. It's out on Spotify and all the streamers now on podcasting sites. It's on YouTube in a few hours. We were joined once again by Don DeLamont of Talking the Talk with Don and Southeast of Heaven, and we ran down the top albums of every year of the 1990s in rock and metal, and the choices will surprise you. And at the end, we crowned the greatest album of the decade, and there was a lot to choose from. There were some years that were hard. Scott Sinister is here. Michael Licious is back. Hey, Michael Licious, good to see you back. There were some years that were like, oh, this is dog shit, and there were some years that were impossible to pick. There could have been 4 or 5 greatest albums. It was that good. A decade to me. 92, 94 seemed to be really difficult years. Just absolutely fun and a great time whenever Don joins us. And again, Don will come up again very shortly, and you will be seeing Don on this tube of you on YouTube doing some interviews for Ghost Cult soon, because I'm kind of like Galactus. I eat worlds. Anybody that's fucking awesome, I want to work with you. So if you've got a cool blog, if you're good at interviewing bands, if you're good at reviewing, DM me. I'll consider it. I don't have time to school people and train people on what I do and how I do it, but I'm happy to work with experienced people. C. Maldonado 22 is here, and Dot Records PH is here. What up? What up? Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. See what else is going down. And yes, the Canadians still love our American friends. You know what, Dillinger? Thank you. I love Canada. I've had many fun times in Canada. When I lived in New York and Boston, we used to drive 20 hours to go to Quebec City and Montreal to see metal shows and metal festivals. I was a many-time visitor to Quebec and Quebec City and Trois-Rivières. Hopefully I said that correctly. My French is horrible. I went to Toronto once. It was very dirty and reminded me of a smaller New York. Not shittier, but smaller. And I would really like to get to Western Canada eventually. Maybe I've never been to Ottawa. I've never been to Edmonton. I've never been to Calgary. Never been to Vancouver. And they have a lot of good metal shows and punk shows in Vancouver, apparently. And Vancouver has always had a great punk scene. In case you didn't know, I know. Time for the news rundown. And as always, we start the news rundown with metal and rock festivals. And boy, there were a bunch of them this week. So let's talk about the metal festivals. Tool in the Sand is this weekend. I guess it's a destination festival. It's already sold out. It kicks off tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday in Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic. Tool, Primus, Mastodon, Coheed Cambria, Eagles of Death Metal, Humphreys McGee, King's X, My Loves, Fishbone, Wheel, who I've interviewed not too long ago, CKY, randomly, and Moonwalker with special guests Alex and Allison Gray, who are, of course, brilliant, genius artists. I have my sacred mirror here somewhere. I should bust this out. This would be a good time. Let's see if I can reach it without looking too weird on camera. I definitely can't avoid looking too weird on camera. Can I reach this thing? Yeah. I did knock everything over. That's amazing. So, I don't know, like 13, 14 years ago, back when I lived in Boston, this is a replica of a sacred mirror from the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. Let me, you can't see it because I'm not on screen in this guy. Boom. Here's my Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. Got a lenticular tool thing here. Can you see that? This is cool. This is a replica. These are 10 feet high in the COSM, the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors by Alex Gray, who has painted the vast majority of the Tool album covers ever since, I'm going to say, Enema, maybe, or after Enema, but like they worked with him extensively since then. His artwork has been featured on all kinds of Tool merch and their stage setups and backdrops. And this thing is one of my prized possessions. It was a fortune. I had a pretty good career back then and bought this for myself as a present. It was hanging up in my home in South Boston and later New Hampshire and then again Brooklyn for many years. And it's kind of on a shelf behind me here. It's not really in a prominently displayable place, but I should have it. So it's very hefty. It's brass and it's beautifully made. And I love this thing. And in person, these things are a spectacle. I should probably, when I get back to New York State at some point, they have the original Chapel of Sacred Mirrors. When I got that guy was in Manhattan, and now they have a big Enthenon or whatever it's called in Hastings, New York, I think. Nice. My dude Michael dropped acid with Alex Gray. It doesn't sound like a shock, to be honest. So Tool in the Sand, not only is it all kinds of things, it's activities, it's all kinds of stuff. So good for them. And I hope they bring it back in. I would love to have gone, but it's a lot of money. Warped Tour, just a reminder, did their big reveal last week, but I just want to remind everybody that 2 of the 3 dates are completely sold out. There are some waitlisted tickets for some other days. Hopkins Law is here. We Are Asteroids is back. Yo, yo, yo. Good. Welcome back. Thanks for being on the show. Warped Tour has still got a few more bands to roll out, so just pay attention to their socials. Get on the wait list if you want to. If I go to this thing at all, GGG fan is here. What up, what up? Dave L, JD Vargas, welcome back. Joe the Mammal is here. If you want to go to Warped Tour, if I want to go to Warped Tour, it probably would only be Long Beach. I don't think I want to go across. I certainly don't want to do Florida, and I definitely don't want to do DC in the summer. It sounds gross. But Long Beach, maybe. In the city they call Long Beach. Also, Furnace Fest has just a handful of more bands to name until the complete lineup of 90 bands is announced. They've been announcing bands like Drain, Secret World, 10-Yard Fight, Tony Danza, Tap Dance Extravaganza, Back from the Dead, Rolo Tomasi, who I love, and I had their vinyl on the show a few weeks ago, Haywire, Zayo, on Broken Wings, Johnny Booth, Big Ass Truck, which is not a great name, but a cool band, Soft Play, and of course, the homies from Brooklyn, Biohazard, new Biohazard record coming soon. Stand by in a few months, probably for a new Biohazard interview with Ghost Cult. Those are my dudes, and could not be happier that they are back. I'm so stoked. They are currently on tour tearing up Europe. This is the big one. Aftershock got announced this week, and it is Banana Balls. Kind of a punk day on Thursday. Blink-182, Good Charlotte, All Time Low, Taking Back Sunday, Alkaline Trio, State Champs, All American Rejects, but also Acid Bath, Power Trip, Carcass, Snot, Dry Logic, Nails, Cattle Decapitation. Sick. Friday, Saturday, Sunday headliners are Deftones, Korn, and Bring Me the Horizon. Yes, Dillinger Escape Plan is on this. Perfect Circle is on this. Turnstile, Knock Loose. Basement, Failure. Dude, Failure, I love. Been singing a lot of Failure at karaoke. Black Veil Brides, Rob Zombie, Mudvayne, Trivium, Dayseeker, Fear Factory, Lacuna Coil. Again, Winds of Plague, back for some festival runs. Testament, Spineshank, August Burns Red, Exodus, Dream Theater, Powerwolf for a rare U.S. appearance. They've only played in America like maybe a dozen dates. Flyleaf with Lacey. Pop Evil is a new album coming out, so it's pretty great, I gotta say. I might try to go to this. It's in Sacramento in my backyard, essentially a few hours away, and try to knock out a gang of interviews. Friday would be a good day to interview, as many bands as possible. But I think the Saturday would be hard because I kind of want to watch a lot of those bands. It's kind of tough. But all right, good times. Danny Wimmer Fest never disappoint. Also, there's about less than 100 days left until Download Festival, Green Day, Sleep Token, Korn. Cavalera doing all of Chaos AD at Aftershock. Thank you, Mike. Download 100 days away. We've covered it a few times. Don't know if we'll cover it this year, but it's always a spectacle in their 22nd year ever. The granddaddy of them all, the biggest of all the metal festivals. The precursor to Download was Castle Donington, and now it's called Download, and it's pretty great. In the Download era. I feel like Download existed before Downloads. Fortress Festival, taking place over in Europe as well, has Agalock, 1314, previous Ghost Cult interviewee. Fortress, Ulcerate, the incredible band. So many killer bands with a bunch of logos I can't read because black metal bands are obnoxious. But hey, they do what they do. I do what I do. It's all good. Appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that's here. Thank you. This is pretty cool. Beachlife Festival, we've also covered once before. There's also, Beachlife has kind of like a Beachlife offshoots where they have like an unplugged stage and they have night shows. Lenny Kravitz, who will definitely not wear a shirt. Train or Aloe Black, The Struts, good band. I've seen them live. They're incredible. Milo of Descendants, Jim Lindberg of Pennywise, who helps run this festival, and Punk in the Park. Sublime. Love Sublime with the kid singer. Pretenders. Oh my goodness. Susanna Hoffs of the Bangles. Cake, Skip Marley, Sugar Ray, who I think have been on and off. Long Beach Dub All-Stars. Interesting to have like Long Beach Dub All-Stars and Sublime on the same day at the same festival. Double duty. Phantom Planet. Manny Costa, Sitting on Saturn. Alanis Morissette, who also announced some tour dates this week as well. Mount Joy, Jackson Brown. I think she announced a Vegas residency, which I thought was surprising. The Beach Boys with John Stamos. I'm here for Kokomo, yo. Big Todd and the Monsters, who I've always loved. Lily Miola, Marcus King. Just looking cool. Cool festival in Redondo Beach, California. I don't know. The only thing I don't know about is a festival on the sand. Not Sure is here. Audrey Hicks is here. Hi, Audrey. Chaos of Intent is here. I don't know about the sand all day, I don't know about the sand. You tell me. This looks really cool. Sonic Ride in Cologne. 20 years of sound liberation. This is a stoner, doom, and rock and psychedelic rock festival. Color Haze, cool band, 100,000 mods. I love them. Slomosa Carly on tour with Baroness. My Sleeping Karma, Greenleaf, Gnome, Earth Tongue, and many more. This looks like a really killer festival. We've never covered it, but I would love to get some more coverage in Germany. We have the Netherlands covered and some Scandinavia and a lot of the UK, clearly. I'd love to get some festivals covered in Germany and Australia. As we try to blanket the globe, bringing you all the rock and metal everywhere we can. This is what we do. This is who we are. This is what we are. Best Friends Forever Fest. Motherfucking Jawbreaker. I am so excited. Jawbreaker is absolutely going to announce some tour dates around this and probably some other festivals. Riot Fest is getting announced soon. I would be shocked if Jawbreaker's not part of it. One headliner to be announced soon. Minus the Bear also coming out of retirement. I don't think they've played a show in 15 years. Rilo Kiley. Mineral Texas is the Reason also reuniting. Cursive special set. Super Chunk. Bear vs. Shark. Pedro the Lion. Pretty Girls Make Graves. Narrowhead. Cool band. Rival Schools with my dude Walt Schreifels. Wednesday. Tiger's Jaw Killer. Appleseed Cast. This is a great lineup. Jay Robbins plays Burning Airlines. These Arms of Snakes. Speedy Ortiz. So many cool bands. Go check out Best Friends Forever Fest, October 10th through the 12th. This is kind of crazy because this is like the deep heart of the festival season. Do we need one more festival this same couple of weeks? Why? But okay. Electric Highway Festival. And if you look at your screen closely, you can see, if I remove this, you can see the little Galusco logo right about here. We are a media sponsor of this festival and a couple of others. Bison Castle, La Chinga, Buffalo Budbuster, Fever Dog, the Get Mines, 88 Mile Trip, Blacksmith and the Brewer, Chunk, the Astral Prophets, Hydra Cat, and many more for the Electric Highway Fest in Calgary, Alberta. Stoner Rock, Psychedelic Rock, and Doom. The illustrious Booge is here. Chaos of Intent is back. Mad Hatter 653 is here. Also, Punk in the Park has announced a few more dates. Portland, Descendants, one band announcing soon. Screeching Weasel, kind of fuck them. Propaganda, new album coming soon. Super stoked. Might try to talk to them. 7 Seconds, Mustard Plug, Swingin' Utters, and many more. But the real festival announcement is that Punk in the Park Denver is going to be like the granddaddy of them all for 3 days. Most of the Punk in the Parks are 1 day only. Let me call up the Punk in the Park Denver lineup because it is insane. I'm sorry for the click-clacks. This lineup is fucking nuts. And let's face it, Denver has great punk, a great punk scene, and always has great punk festivals. Here is the first of all, it's a weekend pass starts at $145 for 3 days for like a jillion bands. This is kind of fucking great. I gotta be honest. So let's see. I had the lineup handy. Let's see. Here we go. Listen to this. First of all, Bad Religion's Descendants, Dropkicks, and Pennywise. What the actual fuck? Holy shit. And then Streetlight Manifesto, Fuck Screeching Weasel again, as always. Circle Jerks, The Addicts, Propaganda, Aquabats, Strung Out, 7 Seconds, Casualties, Mad Caddies, Real Mackenzies, Voodoo Glow Skulls, Mustard Plug, Guttermouth, Manic Hispanic, The Queers, The Dwarves, who are sick, Riverboat Gamblers, Pie Tasters, Bomb Pops, Cat Bite, We Are the Union, Slaughterhouse, Kill Lincoln, and Bite Me Bambi, and a bunch more. So that is super fucking cool. I think it's absolutely worth it. That means one of those days is going to have 2 of those headliners and then 1 and 1. So I think that's pretty fucking rad. Great work, Punk in the Park. That's also co-owned by Brouhaha Events and Jim Lindbergh of Pennywise. That's his brand. So pretty cool. We love me some Pennywise. Also, Armstrong Metal Fest, also Ghost Cult, is a media sponsor of this festival. This is going to be headlined by Havoc and Born of Osiris, Glyph, Riot City, and a bunch of other, Atavistia, and a bunch of other bands. This looks pretty cool. Another Armstrong, British Columbia, Armstrong Metal Fest in Armstrong, British Columbia. Blah, 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 blah. Demetrial One is here. Morbid Saint owns. They do, don't they? So good. Thank you so much. I'm a huge fan. The real IMG is here. What up? All right. Oh, here we go. Also, Steve Austin, New Today's the Day, Late Summer, Mark Cards, and Loaded Dice. Nice. Are we sure that's not the Outlaw Country record, or is that definitely Today's the Day? Might be the Outlaw Country record, because he said initially in an interview with Tom Osman of Ghost Cult a few months ago that maybe the country record was going to come first. We're whizzing through this. When We Were Young, already sold out one day, sold out another day in like 5 minutes. So the popularity and the nostalgia for all of these emo and punk bands from the 90s and the 2000 early aughts is insane. That is October 16th through the 19th. Maybe they're going to add a third day. I don't know if they can sustain it, but pretty cool for them. Other than Knock Loose and Offspring and a few bands, I don't know that I would. Bad Religion, Gaslight Anthem, Loathe, Kubla Khan, but not a huge fest for me personally. It's pretty cool. I like to see some of these other bands show up at Riot Fest. I bet Knock Loose ends up at Riot Fest this year. Once again, just a reminder, Breaking Into the Music Industry Conference is coming in Coachella Land at the Cache Estate in Indio, California, May 1st through the 3rd. I have an interview coming up with the 2 founders of the festival. If you want to make it in the music business or with your band, you want to go to this festival and learn from the best of the best in the music business. I promise you. I would like to actually go to this myself, and it looks pretty rad. Just a reminder as we wrap up the festival's RPM Fest announcements. Coming soon, August 29th through 31st. We have been a sponsor at this festival before. We are always covering this thing. It is fucking killer. And then I just love this Number of the Beast meme with Elon and Trump, just because it's fucking funny as fuck. Let's just appreciate this for a second. All right, back to me. All right, now we'll get on with the concerts and do the rest of the tour dates and stuff. Let's do this guy. Slayer. 1 or 2 or 3 Slayer shows wasn't enough. Slayer this week not only was announced for Louder Than Life last week, they are going to follow up that Black Sabbath charity show in July with their own 2 headline shows. This kind of looks fucking wild. What is it? It's Monomarth, Anthrax, Mastodon, Hatebreed, and some other bands, Cardiff and London. So I know tickets went on sale. They were not that much money. I thought that was pretty damn cool. Rochelle is here, Brother Core is here, and the mayor is here, just saying hi to all y'all. All of y'all, keeping y'all in hell. I Do The Yells is back. Hi, I Do The Yells. We followed you back this week. Good to see you. But again, more Slayer to me is a good thing. I don't think they will do a full tour. We argued about this on the Glacial Musical podcast, but I think it's just going to be a handful of dates. I knew they were going to come over to Europe. The bag of money is far too huge. Far too huge. Deftones, again, I just saw them. Phenomenal show. If you have a chance to see this Deftones show, Deftones is a band I saw struggle to bring people to a small club show in New York, even though they were on a major label. They opened for Anthrax, and there was like nobody there. One of my favorite bands, one of my favorite shows ever. Deftones on Adrenaline, Anthrax on Stomp 442, and I just saw Deftones with like 19,000 people in an arena with an incredible light and stage show. Go see this show. If you think TikTok is whack, or you didn't think TikTok had like any fucking power, you were wrong. Morgan Evans, Morgan Evans, one of my favorite people to work with. Welcome. Yes, okay. No worries, Dillinger. I didn't even, honestly, I'm so behind on emails. I didn't know the Today's the Day info. It sounded like the country record. It's his Outlaw country record. First single was Banger. It's got his sons in it. And then Today's the Day later. So yeah, it's already done. My homie, Colin Frecknell, is the new drummer of Today's the Day after a stint as the tour manager. And he's been on the road with the band already before last year. So Colin is going to give us, we're probably going to get another interview with Steve. I will probably do it. And yeah, there's all that. So I'm very excited about Today's the Day. More Deftones coming soon. Here's Dave Navarro. They announced the 3rd annual charity cover show that he does every year in Hollywood. That's coming soon. I know we haven't got any new Jane's Addiction information yet, but we know that after the fracas last year that kind of ended Jane's Addiction prematurely, the remaining Jane's people went in the studio to record new music. So I don't know if it's for Jane's or something else, because they had written a whole album and they say that perhaps it's never going to get heard. They wrote and recorded a record. That's done. So is this a new project with another singer or Dave maybe singing? I was a big fan of Dave's solo records, and I managed to have a few conversations about Navarro this week, haven't I? Melissa. All right. Decapitated Incantation, Darkest Hour, and Its Mortis rolls on. That review is coming soon. That review is coming, real soon. And I saw this tour, and it was fantastic. Nothing like hearing Spheres of Madness live. Also, Cavalera Tour is awesome. Yeah, we mentioned that Cavalera is going to do all of Chaos AD at Aftershock. It was pretty great to see. This is probably the best I've ever seen Cavalera. Great sets from Necrot and Dead Heat. Do not miss this tour if you get a chance. Pretty fantastic stuff. Also, once again, Pathogenic, who we're doing the giveaway with. Please go check it out on Ghost Cult's Instagram. I think it's the pin post. It should be. If it's not, tomorrow's the last day to enter. We have a new giveaway running on Monday that will blow your little minds, especially for you on the West Coast. But here are the last few dates of the Pathogenic Tour running through tomorrow and Saturday. Please support some death metal from America. Also, Exodus, Deicide, and Misfire have announced the tour. Dave hinted it could be a new Deconstruction album, but not a Jane's record. That does not shock me. Exodus making no short moves. New album probably not till late in the year or early next year, but new Exodus with Rob Dukes. Deicide and Exodus co-headlining. That sounds good to me. I saw Deicide last year and they were pretty killer. Also, here's Dying Fetus. They've added a bunch of new dates to their insane tour date. Rocker Dad 5150's here. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Korpiklani Ensiferum tour is coming again soon. We should be covering that at the end of the month in New York. Testament has announced an evening with performing Practice What You Preach one of their classic records. Big Testament fan. Can't wait for a new Testament album. Probably not till late this year, but excited that they're doing these evening with shows, even if it's only a few handfuls. Metallica's favorite stoner doom band, Bokassa, kind of stoner rock, stoner metal, is touring the UK and Europe with Mother Vulture. Very cool. I love this poster. It's kind of like a ghoulish zombie sipping a tea. How British of them. How very British of them. Rivers of Nile and Cynic continue to tour. We're hoping to cover that tour next week. Waiting to hear back for our UK crew, but very good progressive metal tour. Weird to see Cynic opening for anybody. They're so great. One of my favorite bands of all time. If you love the progressive metals, Focus is still an all-time banger I still listen to on the regular. I hope I'm going to say this correctly. Solo. Fuck me. I should have practiced this. This is a Norse pagan band, as you can see by the imagery on the poster, including the Vesagevir, which is the compass. I would like to get tattooed on me someday. And they have announced European tour dates, and they have a new record coming out. The Picture Books is a super cool band, kind of a stoner rock band. They ride motorcycles, they skateboard around town, they sketch, they paint, they fix bikes, and they play rock and roll like they're heroes. So go check them out if you're in Europe. They've got a brief European tour. I think officially they're British guys that live in Germany. This is cool. This is really cool. I didn't think Ghost Cult would be talking about this kind of summer tour, alternative rock tour. Dispatch, John Butler with his band, plus G-Love and Special Sauce, Donovan Frankenreiter, who I think is also at that Beachlife Fest, and Illiterate Light, all on different dates. This is a very extensive tour going from Florida in early June all the way to Colorado. Holy cow. Really cool for some alternative rock. It's never too late or never too bad for some alt rock. Also, once again, John Bonham Led Zeppelin Experience is on tour doing the full tribute to Physical Graffiti, which turns 50 soon. Please allow me to say fuck Sammy Hagar for like kind of firing Jason Bonham. What a putz. But at the same time, great to get more Jason Bonham Led Zeppelin Experience. I would love to interview you, Jason, if this somehow ever reaches your voice. Our good pal in the Satanic Tea Company is got a brief West Coast Canadian tour, waiting for them to come into the States so I can chop it up in person with that guy. But you can check out our interview. I need to kind of like make an order of tea from him because he makes custom teas. Baby Robot Media is passing by. Hello. Shotgun is here. GD Hanger is here, or GD Hand Jr. maybe. Pig Destroyer and Cephalic Carnage have a West Coast tour. Holy shit, Cephalic Carnage. I love this so much. I love all of this whole tour. This is so killer. What a good time this is going to be. Also, those damn Crows have announced UK and European dates ahead of their new album. Jesus Lizard, I think there's a story about them later on, but they did drop a new song this week ahead of their record store day EP, and they announced an extensive tour for later in the year. Meshuggah, Cannibal Corpse, and Carcass is right around the corner. And now we're at the halfway point of the show. So just again, one more reminder, if you want to tip your host, I am that guy. Please do help us out. Every little bit helps. I kind of prefer Cash App, but everything else is fine. There's the payment info one more time. And now just a reminder, because I moved this to the middle of the show because people said it was dragging down the beginning too much. Jack the Sipper is here. Once again, our shout out to our affiliate partners, Lamb Goat. All the advertising you see at ghostcultmag.com is programmatic advertising via the Lamb Goat Media Network, which includes ghostcultmag.com, Lamb Goat, Metal Insider, This Day in Metal, No Echo, New Metal Agenda, and Anthony Fantano and The Needle Drop, the busiest music reviewer on the web. I don't know who still says the web, bald, angry hipster guys, but he's great. I love him. I would love to talk to him someday. And also StreamYard. You're watching this through StreamYard. Once again, if you want to have cool streaming experiences like us, sign up with our link in the description. You get $10 off your subscription, and we get $10 off our next bill. So it's Dutch action, Dutch door action. We're taking it. We're giving it. We're taking it. It's all good. Shout out to everybody watching on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. And some people have been on Facebook. That's cool too. And once again, we're on all the things. We've got a newsletter on Substack. We're on all the socials. If you're sick of social media, just check out the podcast. Go to the website at ghostcoldman.com. And also, we have a Discord, and we're on Reddit, usually just in the stories. But thanks for being here. I appreciate all of y'all. All of y'all. Once again, I like this meme so much last week, I left it in the deck for this week. Here's Kid Rock. Looks like someone's taking one of those hairless cats to the vet to be euthanized. Dude, put a shirt on. You're a piece of shit. All right. It's time for the news rundown. And then we're going to whip through this toward the end of the show. Let's do it. Let's do it, Brutus. The rest of the news rundown, drama, rumors, announcements, everything. Ghost. Do you love Ghost? Do you hate Ghost? Drop a comment. I love Ghost personally. Brand new album, Skeletor, coming soon. Brand new music video and single, Satanized. Corny name, incredible song, great music video. Pre-orders are live. Buy all the vinyl, buy all the things. And a huge Ghost headline tour featuring their brand new leader, same old leader, Tobias Forge, a.k.a. Papa V, Papa 5, or Papa Perpetual. Whatever you want to call him. Don't call him late to the orgy. Hail Satan. Hail Ghost. Let's fucking go. I'm here for this. Great fucking song. Maybe I'll do a reaction video. I haven't done one in so long. They never do too well, but it's such a good video. It kind of deserves a bit, like some more commentary. Becoming Led Zeppelin has at least extended their engagement in movie theaters in the UK by popular demand for more weeks. So if you haven't seen this yet, before it goes to video on demand and streaming, go see this in the theater. It was mixed with help from Jimmy Page for sound in theaters, like Dolby Atmos and Dolby Laser and IMAX. Go see it if you get a chance. It's fucking rad. I love it so much. Behemoth released another song from their upcoming album, and this one does not suck. The first one kind of sucked, I'm not going to lie. Just corny as fuck. Shit of God. Shit of God's a terrible name. There's a terrible lyrics. Decent song, terrible lyrics. This new one is fucking rad, and I got re-energized about the new Behemoth record. They never really let me down, ever. But and I was a huge fan of the blackened Behemoth days. Smack Pat 1234 is here. Sven Hunkstrom is here. All of y'all, thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, Behemoth, better. Keep doing better. Don't have another shit. You've got one shit song, and it happens to be my friend Mike says, "Fuck Ghost." Well, fuck you. No, it's okay. You can have one bad song. Not every band has a 10 of 10. Not every record's a 10 of 10. Most aren't, but that first song was horrible. All right. Glenn Hughes, he's also got some tour dates coming up, and I think he's hinting at new music. That's why I have this here. Also, our friends in Cassetta, which is a super group of hardcore folks from the Los Angeles area, dropped a surprise EP. They are Cassetta's also Dillinger. You might dig them. They also have some noise rock members in there, and really great band. I'm high on. I really got to check out that EP tomorrow in my listening. King Snake Jake is here. Hello and good evening to you, Jake. Thanks for being here. Love having you here. Before Dishonor dropped a brand new single. They're going on tour soon in Europe. Killer band I've been following for a very long time. And their new song is brutal. Brutal metal, metallic hardcore. Punchy in the mosh pit, guys. Also, let's see. Here's Machine Head. You have a little bit more time to do your Machine Head. Drop a verse on the brand new Machine Head song, Unbound. I might enter this thing. Don't know if I can scream that good. Some of my friends were talking about dropping it. Fahad, are you Fahad from my band Salted Wounds in the past? Maybe he will drop a verse or a guitar solo or something. Who knows? But yeah, this is a great photo by Amber Buchanan here from the Bay Area of Rob, and I'm super stoked for the brand new Machine Head record. All right, just a reminder, we were talking about Toy Fair in the last couple of months. And so Toy Fair happened last weekend. These are some pictures of there's brand new Funkos, NECA, Super 7. So much stuff goes on at Toy Fair. These are some 3 new Kiss Funkos. I think the Gene one might be stuck behind the Paul one there. But these are by our good friend Ken Pierce at Piercing Metal. You should go give him a follow. Piercing Metal NYC is one of my best friends in life and in the music business. And he went to Toy Fair, and he's got a lot of great Toy Fair coverage coming to his socials and his website. And I think I'll have like a little Toy Fair roundup on our site with some of his photos that he shared with me. I'm stoked. Triptychon this is Tom G. Warrior, of course, the legend and infamous Tom G. Warrior. I had one good interview with him where he was a little prickly, but it was a little intimidating. I'm not going to lie. I normally don't get intimidated but he's such a legend from Celtic Frost and Hellhammer and everything, and Triumph of Death. And so Triptychon, 2 of their classic records are getting a vinyl reissue soon. A lot of vinyl reissues. Hey, Lisa Mann is here. We gave you a shout out again, Lisa, at the beginning of the show. I love you so much. I hope your recovery is going well. I'm not supposed to have favorites as a journalist. I'm supposed to be completely objective, but you are one of my favorites in the whole world and the whole business. I love your voice. I love your bass playing. Please get well soon. Get back on stage, kick some ass, and all the things. Please take care of yourself. Thank you. And everybody who wants to donate to Lisa, here she is in the flesh. You can donate at the links in the description and just stream her music, buy something, anything. Bandcamp Fridays tomorrow. All the proceeds would go to Lisa's projects. That would be sick. Whatever you like, she's got a mood and a voice for your day. Blues, heavy metal, thrash metal, whatever it is. Power metal, she's got you. All right. This is really great. This was a pitch to me by our good friend Annie Atlasman, and she connected me with the publicist of this documentary, Soldiers of Song. This is about musicians and artists right now living and working in Ukraine during the war and the invasion from Russia. This documentary has been made with love by a whole Ukrainian crew, and a director and a Ukrainian producer and musician himself. It features Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, covered by Ukraine's one of their most famous singers ever, whose name I'm going to butcher, but it's Tartabarva. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Tartabarva. Fuck me. Should have practiced, but I didn't. I didn't have time. Didn't give myself enough time. Distracted. It's all good. I don't care. Check this movie out. It's screening. It's got screenings. It's done the movie fest round, the film festival rounds. It's going to on demand this weekend. It's going to movie theaters later this month and ongoing. I might interview the directors. We're trying to work it out with the time changes, but I'm really excited to watch this weekend. I watched the trailer and it was like my heart. You have no idea. You think you have it hard in a band gigging locally, and then these people are trying to like rehearse their bands while bombs are dropping around them. Did I catch the clip of a Killer's Confession new song? I did not, but we interviewed Killer's Confession on YouTube, and I will link it in the description for the replay on YouTube. King Snake, I don't know if you saw my interview with Waylon, but he rules, and I'm here for it. Is Pink Floyd involved in that documentary? Well, hopefully not with that terrible song they did. Oh, the Hey Hey Rise Up song. It's not terrible, but it's just not Pink Floyd. It's like, I know, I appreciate that they put their name on something for charity. That's nice, but like, don't make any more music, man. If you're gonna just don't make any more. I love Pink Floyd so much. Please don't make any more music. And Roger, please get in a rocket ship and leave Earth and never come back. Really. Daredevil, did you see Daredevil Born Again? No spoilers in the comments, but I saw the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, and I mostly loved it. It was fucking killer. Brutal fight scenes, kept the fucking Netflix vibe of violence and drama, and there was a lot of alternative rock in the soundtrack, and I was really surprised. I think Jet is in there, a lot of like early aughts alt rock. So we'll see if it continues. Daredevil definitely had some metal in it the first time around. The Marvel shows always kind of have some hard rock in it. Punisher had some metal in it. I think Drowning Pool, if I'm not mistaken, which would be cool. Not the Punisher movie that also had Drowning Pool, but the Punisher TV series had some Drowning Pool also. I think like Stitches or something, 37 Stitches. Ended up in a scene. I was like, oh, Drowning Pool, I see what you did there. Very cool. Also, Tony Hawk's new Pro Skater game has rock and metal in it. CKY and Motorhead in particular, and a bunch of other bands. For folks of a certain age, if you played Pro Skater, any of the Tony Hawk games, you learned all about punk rock and heavy metal from those games, as well as band, Guitar Band and stuff like that, whatever, Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Tony Hawk, that's cool, man. The other big game that I loved that had music was Vice City, right? GTA, right? They always had the great music in the radio stations. Also, don't scream too much, but Handmaid's Tale is coming back in April. Not anything to do with music, but just like, we need this right now. Literally, we are living in the Handmaid's Tale almost soon. And I'm so here for it. We are whipping through this show at lightning speed. We're almost done. Okay. Also, Steve Von Till, most famous for Neurosis and his Harvest Man project, has announced a brand new album. And I want to tell you, like, Steve Untill's stuff normally is like very earthy and acoustic and introspective, which is great. His new record, the PR that was sent to me was like for fans of Nick Cave and like The Cure. And I was like, oh, I have to listen to this. I don't know if he changed his influences or just added stuff in, but like if he did like a Nick Cave kind of record as what he brings to the table is in his career, I'm here for it. And it would be incredible. Wouldn't it be incredible? I think it would be incredible. The Atomic Bomb Auditions here. Hello, hello. Love to see y'all. I think I bumped into one of you at Deftones. And Tears Justice is also here. TikTok is like, you've been on for an hour. Fill out this puzzle or get lost. I did the puzzle. Alyssa is here, or was here. Alex is here. Bradley is here. Kristen, Alyssa, Zek. I don't think Pink Floyd is involved in that. All right. It's time for New Music Friday. You know what's up. We are almost at the end of the show. March came in like a lion. A ton of new music is releasing tomorrow, or as you watch this weekend. Here is basically what's coming out. We're going to do band, album, label, genre. Just so you know, and you can make your lists. You can repeat this, you can rewind this, you can replay this everywhere but TikTok. Go for it. We have Avulsed, Phoenix Cryptobiosis on Extreme Music for some technical death metal from Spain. Crown Magneter, Punishment EP on Unique Leader Records for some deathcore. Istop, Sol de Tortana on Trollzone Records for some black metal horse riding music. I don't know what that means. The Baptized, Exelon on Atypique Music, heavy instrumental psychedelic rock. Cordoma, self-titled EP on Comatose Music for brutal death metal. Christian Mistress, the great occult heavy metal band, for Children of the Earth on Cruz del Sur Music, great label, and some heavy metal. Combust, that's the hardcore band from New York City. Belly of the Beast is their album on Triple B Records for some punchy hardcore. You know you need it. Go get punched in the face at a Combust show. Cryptosis, Celestial Death on Century Media Records for some Dutch extreme metal. Dawn of Ouroboros, In My Backyard in the East Bay. Bioluminescence, Prosthetic Records for some atmospheric, atmo post-black death metal. I should interview that band. They're right at home here. Deathless Legacy, Damnatio Aeterna on self-released for some horror metal. Destruction, the great German thrash metal band. Birth of Malice on Napalm Records for some great record going there. That's going to be a great pickup. Edge of Paradise for some melodic metal. Prophecies, the name of that record on Napalm Records. Fomented from the guys in Death Collector, sometimes popping into our TikToks, and you should follow Death Collector on TikTok. Bitter and Miserable Beings EP, self-released for some UK metal and hardcore. Guiltless, a super group of members of Intronaut and A Storm of Light and Neurosis. 1 is 2 on New Rot Recordings for some sludge metal and some atmospherics. Lisa Mann is stoked for the new Destruction, and King Snake Jake is also here too. This is way better, isn't it? Thank you, Jake. I appreciate you so much, pal. Let me know. I'm going to follow. If I'm not already, I think I'm already following you on all the things, but I will if I'm not. Gray Mountain, self-titled Eat Loud and Die music for some dark heavy metal. Hot Wax, the great alt-rock band. Hot Shock is their new album on Marathon Artists Music. Impurity, The Eternal Sleep for some Hammerheart Records. Sweet Death. Kaiser, how come everybody want to keep it like the Kaiser? Second Sound on Majestic Mountain Records. Almost always stoner rock or heavy metal on Majestic Mountain. Majestica, by the way, that was not on purpose. Power Train on Nuclear Blast Record for some symphonic power metal. March of Cilia, Andromeda, Clonosphere, Season of Mist, French progressive metal. Just a few more. Smith Kotzen, that's Adrian Smith of Iron Maiden and Richie Kotzen of Winery Dogs and a bunch of other things. Black Light, White Noise on BMG for some hard rock. Spirit Box, probably the most anticipated record of this week. Tsunami Sea on Pale Chord, Rock Nation, great progressive metalcore, death metal, everything. Also, Stinking Lizaveta, great fucking noise rock band. Hopeless and Shame reissue. Swerve Driver, the World's Fair EP, brand new EP for the great avant-garde and rock band. This gift is a curse. Air on Season of Mist for some sludge and hardcore. Two-Man Giant Squid, self-titled, on Mint 400 Records for some post-punk. That's a band I'm definitely going to be listening to later. Wild Hearts, the great Wild Hearts with Ginger Wild Hearts. Satanic Rites of the Wild Hearts, with a very like Rolling Stones vibe on that album cover, on Snake Farm Records for some hard rock. And Ritual Mord, This Is Not Life Lover. I don't know if that's a diss at Life Lover or not, but pretty funny. Unjoy, Art and Ritualia, Blackened Metal. That is just a sampling of all the things coming out on New Music Friday. And now, as we get to the almost end of the show, it's time for the mailbag. And I don't even have an image for the mailbag because I got it right here behind me, and we're going to unbox this thing. So I did an interview with Don DeLamont of his podcast. Don also now works for Ghost Cult. King Snake Jake says, Lisa, I remember screaming Beastal Invasion through high school. Yeah, man, I love Destruction. AJ Battle Wound is also here. My Delicious is here. Moon and Stars Lover is here. Thank you for passing by. We're almost at the end of the show. So I did Don's podcast, and then Don is also working for Ghost Cult now. He's doing occasional reviews and interviews, and Don is also an occasional co-host of the Glacially Musical Podcast. The new episode running tonight has Don on it, where we break down all the best albums of the 1990s. So he sent Nick a care package. He sent me a care package. Let's see what he sent from all the way from South Carolina. Don may, in fact, be covering Shaky Knees for Ghost Cult in September. Try not to stab myself with this opener, a.k.a. my sharp kitchen scissors. This is how most accidents happen in the home. I read some stat that a lot of people get hurt cutting bagels. I probably should have opened this already. Oh, this is going to be horrible. Don, you son of a bitch. Hold on a second. Let's see what Don hath wrought on me. I'm going to move the keyboard back here. I should have busted out the other camera. All right, here's what's in the Don care package. It's a t-shirt, and it is 3 Days Grace. Jesus Christ on a bike. Hold on a second. He's got something stuck inside the shirt. I think it's a vinyl. What a hot mess. All right. It is a 3 Days Grace shirt. Don got a Diabolical Beggar. Don got a package of shirts. Like, he late at night, he randomly bought like a 5 shirts for $10 thing off of Rockabilly, and he opened it up on Glacially Musical Podcast, and I was like, 3 Days Grace is not terrible. It's okay. They're back with 2 singers now suddenly. Okay, I've never had a 3 Days Grace shirt ever, and I've only seen them once at a festival, so all right. He also sent me Marissa Nadler. This is dope. Let's take a look at this. Leave the Light On bedroom recordings. This might be some music for Making with the Love. Find Me Please exclusive. This is very nice of Don to send this. Let's see if it. Oh, and it also came with this. I just poked myself in the eye with the record. Great. I'm gonna whip this behind me. Hey, so here's look at this cardboard cutout. This is what Don looks like, and he's wearing a Dokken shirt because he loves Dokken. And I don't love Dokken. Dokken's okay. I met Don Dokken, and he was really nice. Here you go, y'all. You can see it up close and personal on the tick of the talk. It's my Don cutout. It's Don. Kind of looks phallic. I don't know, but I appreciate you, Don. This is great. This is going to go on the wall or something up here to look at every day. And here's this Moon. Don knows I love Marissa Nadler. So he got this vinyl and he sent it to me. It's really kind of him to send me a vinyl. I have one to send him also. Let's unbox it and take a quick look at it. Here's the cover. Marissa's got a beautiful voice. I've seen her live a few times, both in America and Europe. It's the 1 LP and the 1 sleeve, not the 2 LP, which I do find wasteful. It's already in the Mylar, and I believe it is on a custom color. Leave the Lights On, the bedroom recordings of Marissa Nadler. And I did not have this already, so this is fucking sweet. Look how cherry this is. This looks like fuchsia. Now, I know the lighting in here is pink, and it kind of makes everything look pinkish, but it looks very fuchsia on this translucent fuchsia vinyl. This is beautiful. Don DeLamont, thank you so much. Everybody can look out for Don on future interviews here at Ghost Cult. And very thoughtful gifts from Don, even though it has a 3 Days Grace shirt. I'm not mad at it. And go listen to Don on Talking the Talk with Don here on YouTube. Go to his blog, Southeast of Heaven. Go pick up his book, Southeast of Heaven. And generally speaking, Don is wonderful. And that's our show. I should face the camera as I do this. That is our show. And I think Don and I will send you guys out. It's me. Green for the month of March, because you know what's coming up soon. And, you know, I appreciate everybody for being here. This was in a very manageable 1 hour and 5 minutes. I want everybody to have a great and safe weekend. If you're going out to concerts, please don't drink and drive. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. As I say every week at this juncture of the show, it's a tough time in the world. Right, Don? Right. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And stay as metal as humanly possible. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to dance a jig with Don on the way out. Rock it. Truffle shuffle, kind of. Boom, 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 boom. Peace.